All right, we'll go ahead and get started. A reminder, there are no recordings of the press conference. Please silence all cell phones and electronic devices, and make sure to give your name and affiliation when you ask a question with the mic. We're joined by Florida head coach Tim Walton and players Keegan Rothrock, Katie Kistler, and Kendra Falby. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Walton, then go to questions to players, and then the players will leave, and then go to questions for Coach Walton. So, Coach Walton, if you have an opening statement.
Yeah, what a great game. Kind of a good old-fashioned softball game, something we haven't seen in a long time, and really excited. Again, the energy was great, the crowd was great. A lot of these guys doing it for the first time. It was really exciting, just proud of them, and it's just cool to see the kids on this stage. Kendra making a Gold Glove type play out there, Keegan pitching a gem, and then obviously Katie Kistler with a two-strike bomb, probably one of the furthest ones of her career. And she just said to the ESPN people, I've never done this before. I even hit a game-winning home run before at the College World Series. So, but just pumped for our team, pumped for our program, pumped for our fans. Just a big-time win.
Right, we'll start with questions for the players, front row left here.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. Katie, what was that moment like, trotting around the bases and just kind of looking up at the end, just with the moments here?
Honestly, I think I blacked out a little bit. I don't really remember much of that, running the bases. All I felt was just straight joy looking at my teammates, everybody jumping up and down, and I'm just happy to do it for my team and for Keegan as well, pitching her butt off that game.
More questions for players? All right, we'll go Scott in the front row on the right.
Scott Wright with the Oklahoman. Kendra, if you could take us through the fly ball, and it looked like you might have even hit a little bit awkwardly, but it didn't seem to bother you after you came off the wall.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm not really doing what I want to up to bat, so like my main focus is going out in the field and just continuing to keep a positive mindset, and Keegan's been pitching amazing, so just going out there and being like, I'm going to catch every ball, like that's all I was focused on. Like everything kind of just went sound, and it was just me and the ball, and like all I thought about was catching at that moment, so I wanted to keep the game 0-0 for Keegan because, again, she was pitching amazing.
Go front row right here on the left, Jake.
Yeah, Keegan, what was your mentality on the mound tonight and being able to dominate that way as a freshman?
I would say like my biggest thing was just making sure that I'm hitting my locations, because I think the minute that it starts getting over the plate more, that's when you see more of the base hits start happening, like the harder base hits. So for me, it was just trying to get ground balls to my defense, the weak pop flies, just giving them something that they can field. That way, when we go in on the offense, they have more of a chance.
Okay, second row on the left here.
Ryan Breeden, Stillwater News Press. Keegan, you faced Oklahoma State earlier this year. How did that help you for today?
I think it calmed my nerves a lot, just because it was an opponent that I've already seen. It was batters that I've already thrown to outside of just the leadoff batter. So I think for me, it was just calming my nerves, and I think it was a great first College World Series game.
Okay, we go second row on the right over here.
Tyler Waldrop, Tulsa World. Keegan, just, what was today like for you? And is there a moment when, just the reality of everything that was you were sort of going through the stage when it kind of hit you in this game?
I don't really think it's hit yet, honestly. I mean, today's just been about having fun with my teammates and doing everything for each other and just going out there and doing what we do best.
All right, we go front row right to Robert.
Yeah, Katie, your coach said you told ESPN you'd never really done that before. Is that one of the hardest hit balls, though? I mean, they looked at the analytics, and I think it was the hardest hit ball today in the first day of the World Series.
Oh, wow. Was it really? I did not know that. Hey.
Is that one of your harder hits ever?
Honestly, it might be. I don't really recall my past hits, that like analytics and stuff, but it might be. Felt like it, for sure.
All right, we've got a question on Zoom. Actually, we'll go third row left here.
For the two over there, please. Lexi had handcuffed you guys basically for two games. What kind of intel were you guys sharing with each other about maybe how to finally, solve her in some way that enabled Katie to maybe break through?
The talk in the dugout was really positive. It was just keep putting pressure on the defense. Like, we're hitting balls hard, we're just hitting them right to her. So just keep finding the bottom of the ball. And I feel like the talk throughout all of our team was like really, really well, and everyone had good energy. The dugout was never down, and like we just knew that if we keep pounding her, like something's gonna come through. And then Katie came through. So
going off of Kendra as well, we all lean on each other. And right before, Coach Walton was just making small adjustments in our bat and stuff, and I think that has helped us, and it improved our bats and had quality at bats and towards later the game.
All right, we had two from Zoom. Noah Rom from the Gainesville Sun.
Hey, this question is for Katie. Katie, just talk about that home run. It was a long at bat. What was able to be the key to you sort of breaking through and finally being able to really hit that one out of the park?
Just knowing my approach and sticking to that and sticking to what pitches I know I like to swing at, and just having a good small adjustments in the box helped, and also having my teammates to lean on also helped me keep a positive mindset going from my first at bat to my second. And I just wanted to see ball and hit ball, as we say, and just have fun with it.
All right, our last player question will come from J. Rong Holt.
First off, congratulations, but I just want to know, what was the mindset after you guys came off the field and you took that 1-zip lead into the final 2 innings?
Kendra, you want to start maybe?
yeah, just continue to play Gator softball. Like, there was nothing that we needed to change in that moment. The whole game was going good. Keegan was pitching great. Our defense was doing good. So at that point, there was nothing that we needed to make a major change. We just knew just keep doing what we're doing and we're going to be fine, and that's what we did.
I remember at the beginning of the game, I overheard Coach Walton say, it's just a softball game, and that helped me calm down a lot. It's just a softball game, and just going out there knowing what we know how to do and doing that, and it will pay off.
Yeah, I think going off of what Kendra said, just going out there and not really needing to make a change because they hadn't really done anything major yet. And so for me, that was just still making sure that I hit my spots, hit the level with the spot, just really making sure that I'm getting a week out to my defense that they can defend.
All right, that'll do it for questions for players. You guys can get out.
Go.
Questions for Coach Walton? Go front row on the right here.
McLean Baxley with 24/7 Sports. What were y'all able to do? Obviously with Keegan, just kind of slow down the offense and really just give them 2 hits and not even make a lot of contact tonight for them.
Yeah, to her point and to her credit, just being able to understand how to change speed. She threw a changeup really well tonight. She did a really good job with her rise ball. You know, she hadn't had a ton of strikeouts on her rise ball. Later in the season, she's been getting better and taking it to another level. She got a big, strikeout early in the game on an elevated rise. I think she was really throwing the ball on the edges of the plate. Really did a good job changing speeds, changing velocities. Looking on the board, I think anywhere from 58 all the way up to 71 it looked like on the board. So I thought she did a really good job of just changing, mixing it up. And to her credit, again, it's all about her location.
Okay, we'll go front row left.
Just going off of that point, just how impressive is it for her to have really 2 quality outings against a really good ball club in Oklahoma State? Yeah,
really good. I mean, she's done it, other than a 2-out, 2-strike, 3-run homer the first time we played. She pitched a really good game then too. But I thought she did a really good job. And to her, again, to her point and her credit, being able to understand that they weren't getting extended. I think we had 2 hard hit balls extended on. She was getting in on their hands, getting under their hands, changing speeds, changing levels. She did a really good job. Meaning, again, she's a National Player of the Year for a reason. A couple of years ago, she's got some good stuff, and she's just been getting better and better and better. And I'm proud, obviously, of just her resilience and her ability to continue to keep getting better.
All right, we go front row right to Scott.
Scott Wright with the Oklahoman. Tim, you've got a lot of power hitters on this team. You get a while down the numbers before you come to Katie. How impressive was it to see her stick in that full count at bat and do what she did?
You got me in trouble with my wife about the quote the other day about the parking, so just give you that one first. It was impressive. I thought Reagan, obviously Reagan struck out with the first and second, the at bat before in the previous inning, and Katie did a good job. To her point, I think we're writing stories. It was a different bat that she used, that at bat from the other at bat. It was really cool to see just some things in the dugout that you really work on, and you really just hope you can make small little adjustments. And I can tell you we made 19 other adjustments that didn't work, but that one did. And so it really just cool for her to be able to have that moment. I mean, I'll tell you what, I would tell you that anybody on our team would, if there's anybody that they would run through a wall for, it would be Katie Kistler. I mean, she's just an amazing kid, amazing person, has gone through a lot in her life. She's just a cool kid. And I'm proud of her for that moment. And just, I'm glad she said she blacked out, because it looked like she blacked out as she's running around the bases. I have my place that I stand. I'm looking up. She's still between first and second, kind of other than a cartwheel. She was just spinning around, having a good time. And it's really cool to see her just have that kind of moment at the College World Series. Proud of her.
All right, we'll have time for two more. Jenny?
Tim, I have two unrelated pitching questions. First, with Lexi and that heavy drop, is there something that you can do as a lineup to try to hit that, or do you just have to wait for her to miss?
Yeah, I mean, you really got to, when she's getting Skylar Wallace to hit ground balls to third the way I don't know if Skylar Wallace has hit a ground ball to third all year. So that tells you about her late break, her action, her stride length, and the movement of the pitch. And if there's ever a pitch that, her left-handers hit a lot higher batting average against her than right-handers, because it does at times come back. It's just the way talked about it, I think, in the preseason press conference or the pre-tournament presser, just the way her hands are and how long their fingers are. She does a really good job. She spins the heck out of it. But you do. I mean, we practiced. I mean, we've been practicing for Lexi Kilfoyle for a while, and you can see just how hard it is to actually do it when you're 6'2" plus 6'3" probably, and it's just on you, and it really just rotates true. It's a really good spin. I mean, I think on the analytics, it's probably almost 10 inches of break. I mean, it's a lot.
Other pitching question. We saw two freshmen tonight win ball games at the Women's College World Series. I don't know if that's a trend, but are you seeing something out of arms that enables them to maybe make an impact like that earlier? Or I don't know. Maybe that's just the two that we saw tonight.
Yeah, I think, it's hard to do, but I think the circuit that these young people play in is pretty dang good. They're playing in, the coverage. I mean, look at the press conference that we had, leading into this, just the amount. We had a packed house of media at our place at home. I think that the sponsorships and the ability for them to play in multiple tournaments and big all-star games, I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think as they go through their process, they're not phased as much because they've been asked a ton of. I mean, Keegan's been doing interviews for a long time, and she's very well, she's very well versed, and she does a really good job, I think, with her, her calmness about her. But I think there's a lot of kids that are, especially like I say on the circuit, the we'll call them 5-star kids. There's some really good ones, and they play a really strong schedule. And I think it does prepare them a little better.
All right, last question, third row on the line.
Tim, your players credited you with just saying, just calm down a little bit. It's just a softball game. Now, that's an easy thing to say. It's not necessarily an easy thing to believe from their standpoint. When you're telling them that, can you tell when they're getting it, believing it, like understanding that they are calming down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, now that we won a game here, Chris, in the College World Series, I told you I think we were terrible last week. We were nervous. We played bad. We played well enough. We got better as the week went on. We were bad. Just really nervous and doing a lot of things. I don't know if it's the home pressure of a super regional or not doing that before, but this week we've been amazing. It's a totally different team. I know it didn't show up on the the offensive statistics today, but we've been practicing every day since we've been here, and it's been a lot better. And I think that you can see subtle adjustments. And kids look me in the eye and they shake their head. I tell them, man, I want you to use a 34-inch bat instead of your 33, and blah blah blah. And they're okay, whatever you say. For the most part, almost everybody in that dugout kind of looks at me and trusts, what we're doing. And then I think on the flip side of that, what Katie said, we're not doing crazy stuff, just little things. We practice a lot of stuff. Just, when you face good pitchers that have All-American in front of their name, you're going to have to sometimes do some things that may be a little bit uncomfortable. But, if you can, Kendra had some, good adjustment bats late in the game and hit the ball hard, just got out. But I think overall they did a good job trusting themselves, number one. I think that's the key. Is my job is to try to instill confidence in them. That's really what I try to do.
Right. That'll wrap things up for Florida.
Okay. Thank you.
Coach
Go
Walker.
Gators.